Hi Taurus, welcome to Magpie Moonchild. My name is Kayleigh. Oh, anxious, anxiety kicking in. The Nine of Swords just pop out. This is your reading for the week ahead. All the normal housekeeping stuff is down below as always. I'm just going to get into the read. Anxiety, pain, mental anguish. Wow. Over a decision. Oh, Nine of Cups on the bottom. Oh, it's Nine of Cups. Wishing, hopes and dreams for the future are in the balance, are they? Trying to make a plan to get to the full 10, right? To make yourself completely happy. What you don't know is if this is the person you're supposed to have that with. Is this the person? Feeling uninspired, to be honest. I don't know if you're uninspired, they're uninspired, or if there's issues around sex and the... Do you know what I mean? The question is, if it doesn't serve you, why are you trying to hang on to it so bad? Do you know what I mean? If it's broken... You can't fix them, by the way. They have to fix themselves. Only they can decide to fix themselves. But it's leaving you so... And it's not just the sex. In case you think you're punishing yourself going, it shouldn't... It's not, you know, I shouldn't be concerned with sex. That sex isn't everything in a relationship. No, it's not. But the absence of it is a very, very, very big indicator that something's wrong. Like somebody doesn't want that intimacy. And I'm not saying like dysfunction, physical dysfunction within that area is an indicator of that. I'm not in any way saying that. If there's a medical reason, that's completely different. This is with regards to something where the sex is fizzled out, or you're feeling disconnected from the other person, uninspired, and it's almost like you're trying to cling on and hold on to them. You've got the devil there, or somebody's got themselves into toxic traits, drinking too much, indulging too much in something. Not heavily, I'm not getting heavily, it's just the kind of like medicating issues going on that they may not even be aware of, but these little traits have trickled in, and you've noticed that, you know, they've started having a couple of beers midweek, whereas normally it's only at the weekend. And I get that the whole environment at the moment is very stressful and totally unprecedented, and we're all trying to manage in our own way. But this would suggest that something's becoming unhealthy with that, with their attachment to something. Maybe they collect too much stuff. I'm really getting like they're obsessed with getting everything of one thing. Because they think it's going to make them happy, and it doesn't. It makes them happy for a minute when it arrives, but then gets flung on a shelf and forgotten about, and another thing comes in. Do you know what I mean? It's not actually satisfying this within them. But maybe, you know, because of these issues, if there's issues in the relationship, that's why they're fixating on bringing something in to fill that void, that hole that's become apparent to them, that's stopping them from getting that happily ever after. They just feel blocked. They just feel blocked. Blocked. Ironically, I had the success card behind it. They feel blocked from having that success at the moment. Like, no matter what they do, they just can't feel recognised by the other person. You're not feeling recognised and acknowledged by the other person. And you're trying to make a decision whether to stay or go, and that's keeping you up all night. Partly like, well, I'm not good enough, they don't want me, why don't they want me physically? You know, maybe the connection that you felt you had has disappeared. They feel distant, they feel cold, they feel dispassionate about you. And I don't know if that's something going on with them that's causing that, or if the relationship is starting to fizzle. I don't know, but it's like you're not being recognised, you're not being seen, you're not being heard. That's why you've got to this point where you're like up at night and it's making you doubt yourself to the point where you're like, is it me? Is it me? No, it's not necessarily you. You're not imagining their behaviour, if that's what you're thinking. You're not. This isn't you making something up that isn't there. This is something that's going on. Before you start doubting yourself and thinking, have I made this up in my head? No, you haven't. No, you haven't. How they react when you bring it up is very important. You need to monitor their reactions. Because if they snap at you, don't be silly, it's all in your head. It's not all in your head, by the way. Then you need to ask yourself, why are they reacting? Is it something there's something they don't want to talk about? That's why they're reacting defensively. And attack is the best form of defense. So either they're up to something, and I don't want to say they are because I'm not necessarily seeing anything that's definitively cheating. It's just there's distance there. I'm really not getting cheating necessarily, but there's something going on with them. So I don't know if they've had stress at work that they're not sharing with you, or there's something going on, or they're concerned for their own mental health on some level, but they don't want to burden you with it. I don't know what it is exactly that they're having this issue with. All I'm getting is that they're very closed off and it is causing this rift. And the fact that they're not sharing what the issue is with you, again, it's a lack of intimacy. There's a lack of intimacy, and I don't just mean sexually. There's a lack of intimacy as in trusting you with something. And it's like, we're happy, so what do we need to do in order to get us, what's the plan? Where do we go from here moving forward to get us back to being happy as a couple again? It's not a baby, by the way, if that's what you're thinking. Having a baby is not going to fix this. Having a baby right now is not the best idea. The Ace of Cups is what's on there. I've also got the Six of Cups underneath, and it was making me think baby anyway. Having a baby is not going to fix this. In fact, if there's these issues, having a baby is far from the best idea right now. Because this needs fixing before you can even make the decision to have a child. Maybe that's what your decision is, whether you try for a child or not with them. Right now is not the time. Ace of Cups is also calling you to work on yourself. Worry about, you can't fix whatever it is for them. You can suggest that they go and get the help elsewhere. You can signpost them to wherever. But you cannot fix them. They have to, you can give them the tools, but they have to fix themselves. It's not for you to do if they have these dependency issues on something. There's a reason they're blocking you out. And it's not your fault, by the way. If you think that it is, it's not. It's nothing you've done. Although if they suggest that it is, then you need to look at why they're suggesting that. Is there some sort of gaslighting going on or manipulation? But yeah, no, you need to work on you, make yourself okay again, because this anxiety is got to the point where you doubt yourself and you need to build yourself back up again. Go back into this tadpole mode where you're growing again. You can only work on you. And you're being nostalgic. You're looking back and thinking, oh, I remember how good it used to be. If only we could be there again. And you're trying to find your way to get back to where you were, but you're not those people anymore either. Things have happened. Life moves on. People evolve. You're not those little people anymore. There's a lot of cup energy here, and I'm getting that a lot of your anxiety is coming from your emotions, and the emotions that you're feeling naturally, rightfully at the moment. And you just want to get back to that emotionally stable place. You're more than happy to do the work, and you are being supportive, and you are willing to work with them on it. I don't see you walking away necessarily. I think once they get some sort of help for whatever this issue is, then yeah, absolutely, you can then start working on your relationship and get it back on track so it's this again. But right now, they need to sort it out. They need to learn their lessons of what's going on with them. Why are they spending so much money? Why are they drinking more than they used to? So much, I'm getting so much. Why are they drinking so much? They're being asked to do this. You're being asked to work on you because, you know, this may come, it's like an awakening moment. You've invested so much into being with them and what they need that you've not been assessing your needs. Do you know what I mean? Sex isn't emotional fulfillment. Sex is sex. It's a separate thing. Like I said, it can either be applied in the sense of, is sex everything, or is the relationship what makes you happy? Is it the most important thing? But equally, you can't fool yourself that because you're having sex with someone that they're emotionally invested, because the two can be separated. So maybe it's a case of you're having sex but something feels different. It's sex, it's not making love, and you don't feel the emotional intimacy as part of that physical intimacy. Whatever it is, you need to have a conversation with this person that you kind of don't want to have. I don't know why you don't want to have it. It's like you don't want to know the answer. You're scared to know the answer. Only once you do that and you worry about you and your emotional welfare and your behaviour, only then is that going to change. This going to change. Somebody has to be willing to put the work in, whether that's you or them. And I'm getting it's them, because if the issue is with them and if it's you with your addiction, see, the roles can be reversed in tarot. Whoever has the issues, the dependency issues on something, and that doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol, it can be food, it can be clinginess within a relationship, codependency, like not being able to stand on their own. Whoever it is that has that needs to do the work on that to get themselves emotionally balanced, and then yes, this whole relationship will run smoothly again. Somebody needs to do the work on themselves. I'm getting you need to do work on yourself regardless of whatever else is going on, because maybe you're codependent on them and then all their issues seem so much bigger because you're reliant on them to be okay to keep you up. So you need to do your work. You need to do work on you, but this is judgment time. It's like you need to sort shit out. You need to have that conversation. Somebody needs to sort out dependency issues or codependency issues. Okay, what self-care card have we got for Taurus? Connect with your ancestors if you can, whether that's through yourself or a medium. You've also got aromatherapy come up. Have a look into different scents to support what you need for whatever emotion you're in. Chamomile and lavender are amazing. Sweet orange is good as well. Basil, mint. Lavender is there for calming. Like, it's almost like an awakening scent. Like you need like the calmness of the chamomile and vanilla and lavender. I don't know why vanilla's in there. Maybe you need vanilla, and you kind of want the invigoration, calm with the kick afterwards with the mint and the basil and the sweet orange. Plus we've got Ostara coming up soon, so maybe it's to do with that. But yeah, if somebody needs to get help, one or both of you needs to get help. Maybe you need to go and get counselling together so that there's a mediator within that to process and move those emotions forward. But only you can make that decision, what route you go and how you do that. But there needs to be a conversation, because if the intimacy is not what it was, then there's a reason for that, and that needs looking into. Anyway, I hope that is of some help to you, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. If you feel like subscribing, absolutely feel free to do so down below. And I will see you again next week. Bye for now.